Hello student. Today we are talking about naming of bicyclic compounds. So first of all, we will discuss the types of bicyclic compound. Now you can see in the decalene there are 10 carbon atoms are present, and that's why it forms a different isomers. So here these two rings are fused by two common carbon. That's why it is called as bicyclo. This is also an example of a bicyclo, but it is called as a bridged bicyclo compound. And these two rings A and B are fused together by a common carbon. It's called as the Spiro compounds. How we can name this bicyclo compound? First we will discuss. So first of all, you find out the functional group present. Then second one, you count the number of total carbon atom present in ring A and B. If it is 10 carbon, then you can call it decane. So it is suffix is used. Then identify the bridge carbon atoms in A and B ring, and then you can start the numbering. So in bicyclo compound, you should start the numbering with bridge carbon atom first, and then you can go for the other bigger side ring and then go to the smaller ring. So here A ring is a bigger ring and B is the smaller ring because there are number of carbon atoms are present. In bigger ring is here. So you can see there are four number of carbon, and in case of this smaller ring, so there is a in smaller ring there are only the three carbon atoms are present. So first of all, you start the numbering from the bridge carbon, and then you followed by the bigger ring path, and then goes to the smaller ring. So bicyclo, bridge carbon, bigger ring numbered first. So that this equation you must remember is. Then another thing is you can just find out now how many carbon atoms are present in ring B and how many carbon atoms are present in ring A. So in ring B, there are four carbon atoms are present, and ring A, there are three carbon atoms are present, and in between the ring, there is a one carbon atom is present. So while writing the name, you should write first of all the bicyclo word, and then it followed by the bigger ring carbon number of carbon atom first, separated by dot. So 4 dot 3 dot 1, and the parent hydrocarbon is decade. So in this way you can give the nomenclature. So we'll have some practice. So you can see it here. Again, these are the bicyclo compounds in ring A and B. So B is the bigger ring. So we'll start the numbering from this ring first and then go for the smaller ring, but not like the smaller ring number here. So it's wrong. So while writing the name, how you can see the total number of carbon atom present in this compounds is 9 carbon atoms. So it is nonane. So in the smaller ring, there are 3 carbon atoms are present, and in bigger ring, there are 4 carbon atoms are present. So while writing the name, first you write the word bicyclo, and then you bigger carbon number, that is 4.3, and in between these two there is no carbon, so that's why you write 0. So and finally it is nonane. So this is the IUPAC name for this bicyclic system. Then we can have that other examples also. You can see this is the ring, and which is having the number of carbon atoms 7. So we can start the numbering from this carbon atom first, and then here both rings A and B are having the same number of carbon atoms present here. Here is carbon number 2, again here is carbon number 2, and in between there is one carbon atom present. So how we can name this compound? So first you start the word bicyclo, then 2 carbon, and then 1 carbon. So the name of this compound is bicyclo 2.2.1, and it is heptane. Similarly, you can go for this examples also. So in this example also you can have the same kind of criteria. So this is ring A, this is ring B, this is ring A. So there are 2 carbon, here 2 carbon, and in between again there are 2. So it is a total carbon 8. So it is octane. So bicyclo 2.2.2. and octane. Similarly, for other examples also you can give this name for these two also, because here you can see this is the ring A and B. They are the different number of carbon atoms are present. So we can use this is the 1 carbon, here there are 2 carbon, and in between there is 1. So what is the name of this compound is Bicyclo 2, because bigger ring first, then 1, then 1, and square bracket complete, then is hexane. Similarly, you can give the name for the bicyclic compound with substituent. So in case of the substituent, again you can look for where the substituent is present. So first of all, again you have to select, suppose these are the two rings, this is ring A, this is ring B, and you can, this is the bridge carbon, so it is carbon number 1. So you can number the bigger ring first, 1, 2, 3, here is again 1 carbon, 4, then 5, 6, 7. So at 6th position there is bromo group, so we can write 6 bromo bicyclo, and then how many carbon atoms are present here in this ring? There are 3 carbon atoms are present, and in this ring only there are 2 carbon atoms are present, and therefore you can write 3 dot 2 dot, and in between there is 1 carbon atom present, so it is dot 1, and total number of 8 carbons, so it is octet. So this is the correct name. This name is not correct because this the same example is taken when numbering is taken is from here 1, and the smaller number is given for the substituent. But this rule is not applicable here. In IUPAC, always you start numbering from the bigger ring and then go to the smaller ring. So this possibility of the name is not there. Then similarly, you can go for this example. Then another is the Spiro compound. So what is meaning of the Spiro compound? So Spiro compounds are nothing but it is a bicyclic compound, but two rings are fused together, are joined together by a common carbon atom, that is single carbon atom. So this is an example. You can look at here, this is the A ring, this is the B ring. So in B ring, you can see there are 5 carbon atoms are present, and in the A ring, there are only the 4 carbon atoms are present. So A ring is a smaller ring. So in by Spiro compound, first of all, you consider the smaller ring and then you go for the bigger ring. So how can you name it and number it? You can see it from this line. So in Spiro compound, again the prefix Spiro is used. Then there is a square bracket. Then you can write the smaller ring number of atom first, and then you separate it by dot, and then you write the bigger ring number. So it is called as the ascending order. And then numbering is to be always done from the smaller ring first, and then you followed by the bigger ring. So this is the opposite of this bicyclo. So Spiro means smaller ring first, and numbering also from the smaller ring side. That you have to remember. So we can take this example and look at here. All these examples are the Spiro, because here is the common carbon 1, and this is the Spiro carbon. You can see this is Spiro, this is Spiro, this is Spiro. So how we can name this? Very simple. You can see, first of all, you select the how many carbon atoms are present. Here is 2 carbon, here is also 2 carbon. So we can write Spiro 2 dot 2 dot, and total number of carbon atom is 5. So it is pentane. So Spiro 2 dot 2 dot pentane. For this one, you can see here 2 carbon atoms are present and here 3 carbon. So always we'll write the first of all the smaller carbon. So use Spiro 2 dot 3 dot hexane. So for this compound, you can again look at here, there are 4 carbon, and here there are the 5 carbon atoms are present. So we can write Spiro square bracket 4 dot 5 dot, it is total number of carbon is taken. So in this way, you can name this compound and you can proceed further. So this is the example for the practice. You can do it. All these are the Spiro compounds. Okay. And if there is a substitution present on the Spiro compound, this is one example is given. This is ring A, this is ring B, and so always you start from the numbering. This A ring is a smaller ring and B ring is a bigger ring. Therefore, you start the numbering from this substituted bromo 1. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 2 substituents are present on this smaller ring. One is at 1 bromo and second is as a 3 chloro. So we'll write 1 bromo, 3 chloro, and then you can make the square bracket. In this ring there are 4 carbon atoms are present, so 4 dot, and here there are 5 carbon atoms are present, so it is called as the 5. The square bracket complete, and it is derivative of decane because there are total number of carbon is 10, but there is a hydroxyl group present at the carbon number 7, so we can write decane 7 all. So in this way, you can give the name for the substituted Spiro compounds. So these are the examples for practice, and thank you very much.